Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. So today I was going to show you what is growing early in the garden. We have some strawberries. They are doing great. We have some more putting on some blooms. We got some over here that we're fixing to eat. Of course, I've already eaten a handful of them. So I figured I better get out here and show y'all some of these beautiful berries before they all disappear. They are doing wonderful, putting on more and more berries. This grow pot here, I've started the salad blend and some other herbs in here. I don't see any sprouts just yet, but the strawberries are doing amazing. And let's see, we'll walk over here. Well, hello, Mr. Turkey. We have our chocolate mint doing great. Kept it in the greenhouse over winter. I split up the thyme and the oregano. This is the oregano, so I restarted another little small batch of it. It's doing good, but the chocolate mint is doing amazing. Makes a wonderful tea for herbal teas. The hibiscus did come back. I am so glad that they did. That was one of them. And then I had that one that I wasn't sure if it was going to come back, but it did. And that's not it. I'll show it to you here in a minute. We'll go out here and show you what's going on outside that I planted, the spaghetti squash. It is doing good. It was direct sown into the tires. The only problem is the turkeys do want to peck it, so I have some wire behind it so that they can't get it. I was not sure if they would mess with it or not, and I was going to use the fence as a trellis, but you know, live and learn, right? Some more spaghetti squash, and over here we have our green onions. The lemon balm has not come back yet, but that's okay. Walk around over here, show y'all how the little rock bed's doing. Aloe vera, they say you can't overwinter it. Y'all know we got snow and ice and everything else, and we overwintered it yet another year. It did just fine. Planted directly into the soil. That was kind of an experiment. We were trying to see if it would do, and it's been growing there for a couple of years now. All the miniature roses are blooming and beautiful. This was the rock bed. You can tell they've grown a lot since the last video. But let's go on over here and get to some of the vegetables and show you what's growing and what's doing good so far. So this bed has not been planted yet because we're starting the seeds in the greenhouse, but they'll be a home for them. I'm going to do yellow squash and zucchini squash in this bed. Back in the back we have some cucumbers. We did plant them early. They did not like the cold, but they are getting better. They're getting there. They're growing slow, but that's good. This bed over here does not have anything in it. It's probably going to have cantaloupe in it, and we're going to plant direct sow the cantaloupe and okra and sunflower seeds, and in the front we're going to plant onions, and I think we have two different kinds of onions, the bulbs. And over here, yes, that lovely carrot bed, it is doing amazing. You probably can't see it for the glare. That's the other side. It is just taking off, doing amazing. We will be picking carrots before you know it. And for those that don't know, frugal tip on the carrot tops, they taste amazing. You use them just like you would parsley. So don't wait for the carrot tops to die. Come harvest you some and dehydrate them and put them up for parsley, but it's carrot tops, and you can throw it in your soups and stews just like you would parsley, or use it to garnish things. So let's go on over here, show you another one. I'll try to give y'all an aerial of how it looks. This one here is going to be tomatoes. We got the post up. We're going to put wire across the center. It's going to be tomatoes. They're growing in the greenhouse, not quite ready to put out yet. Same thing around the outside. It's going to be some onion bulbs. And on the outer edge, the tomatoes are going to be on each side of the trellis, and then we're going to plant the bell peppers on both sides of that. And we have 2 of those beds for that purpose. Over here is where we planted our green beans. We've replanted it twice. We've only had a couple actually pop up, but they're getting there now. It was still pretty cool at night. Let's see if I can get out of the shadow. And we have green beans, new little saplings, brand new little green beans popping up everywhere. Hope y'all can see that. Let's see if I can turn this way. Popping up, popping up, popping up, and then this whole bed, they're starting to come up on there too. So hopefully the next time y'all see a garden tour video, all of this will be quite full. Let's walk over here. It has been a beautiful spring-like day. We have a couple of potatoes. We did not plant them. They decided to just regrow themselves. We missed a few. This bed over here is our asparagus bed. We've then eaten asparagus out of here several times. Around the edges, I have those tulips that I was telling y'all about that I need to plant. They are doing great. Like I said, the asparagus has already done their thing. We started some more eggplants in this bed. And then over here on this side, we have a spot for our corn patch. We've already planted it, and now we're just waiting for it to do its thing. We still have a little bit more work to do around for it, but we'll have a nice corn patch out there. And let me back up and show you more of an aerial of how the raised beds look. And Miss Curly Q sitting in the shade. See if I can get over here. All right. So you can see the beds. Some are the deep, deep beds, 2 bricks high, and some are only 1 brick high. And then over here is the asparagus bed. And then out there is the potatoes. So we have a nice, beautiful garden area here. So I was doing to show y'all before it's all full of vegetables. Now let's walk around to the backyard and show you what's going on or growing on back there. Alright, this is kind of almost to the backyard. This is the celery. I've done videos on regrowing celery. I have actually 2 more to go ahead and put on the other side here. But they are almost ready to be harvested. And we do enjoy some celery. We freeze it, dehydrate it, and do a lot with it. Use it for healthy snacks. Got the ginger over here. Some more miniature roses. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's the mother-in-law plant, some people call it. It's purple looking. I think it's actually called some kind of Japanese runner. Lemongrass, surprisingly, it has come back even after all the cold weather. And we'll walk over here. We got a bed over here. This one here is where the turnip greens were. And we've planted, what was it? Our pumpkins and some watermelon over here. We have some more ginger planted over here. Doing really good. This little bed right here, I keep planting parsley. So far it has not germinated, but we'll keep trying and see how it does. This bed has some mints. We did go with the cinder blocks down the side here to put more herbs on the outside, but we do have to move it out some because of the eave of the house is getting it wet. Green onions. We have the wild dandelions, and then we have some more sage planted. And then here on the end under the straw is where all of the turmeric is. Not time for it to pop up just yet. Okay, so over here we have our sweet potato bed. So I keep pulling slips from the sweet potatoes that I have started in the greenhouse. And then whenever the sweet potatoes make slips, and I'll show you that in a minute in the greenhouse. So the greener ones are the ones that have been recently planted. And then the other ones have turned a darker color just because it's still been pretty cool at night. But this is where their bed is. And then on the other side, that's also going to be sweet potatoes as well. And that is the muscadines coming back that you see on that side. Then there's another one over here, but this bed will be completely filled with sweet potato slips as the slips get roots on them, and so will that bed over there this year. So we increased it a little bit. We put the cinder blocks around these two beds, which was the plan. So we've been doing all kind of little projects around the homestead, getting these beds ready. And this is the new garden soil. Now we do like the garden soil, but it does seem to dry out really fast. So we're spending a lot more time watering until the soil finishes breaking down. Over here, we have some cabbage. We have 6 cabbages about to start heading up. We had room for more, but the rest of them did not germinate. So we'll probably fill them in with something else. I don't know. We'll see what's growing in the greenhouse in a minute, and we'll see what's going to take up that space. And then I think we're going to plant lettuce over here if we can ever get it to germinate. Another little raised bed right here. And then this was the other side of where those sweet potatoes were, and then that's all going to be sweet potatoes. So let's go ahead and go into the greenhouse and show you what's going on in there. And it is just a gorgeous day today, y'all. Compost bins back over there. We moved it. It was out by the barnyard area. We moved it inside here, which is working good. It's closer to the house. So we're trying to make everything easier to get to, easier to access, which is why we went with the raised beds and the more permanent approach with the cinder blocks with aging in mind, so that we're able to keep going with all of our gardening and stuff like that. Just to make it easier, sometimes the wood frames that we were doing, they would break down and you had to constantly work on them and replace them. So we went with a more permanent approach. Like I said on another previous video, it's kind of like our investment towards retirement. And we have some hosta coming back here. We underneath the pear tree by the little bench. And another hosta right here. I wasn't sure if they were going to make it because of the cold weather, but they did come back quite well. I don't think I've ever mentioned these trees right here, but there's 2 trees right here. And these are pear trees, Bartley pear trees. They put on a few blooms last year and a few very small pears. I think I showed the pears, but they're looking a lot healthier than even they were last year. But they're only probably about 18 years old. So let me see if I can back up a little bit and get a better picture, a better view of them. The sun's also shining bright that way. But yeah, they're looking a lot better. So I am expecting to get quite a bit of pears off of them this year. So let's go on in the greenhouse and I'll show you what's happening in the greenhouse. But first I want to show you these beautiful roses growing over a little archway right here. They are just absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. I think I already showed this, the lemongrass, but I'll show you the other side of the ginger. And these beautiful, get out of the shadow, beautiful miniature roses because they are shining bright into the sunshine. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Alright, now let's head up in the greenhouse, see what's going on or growing on up in here. Have some mint right there. Just have some mint growing everywhere, really. We have our rosemary. She likes it right there, so I'm just leaving her in here. So over here we have a bunch of tomatoes started. For whatever reason, they're growing. They're just growing slow, slow, slow. So we have 3 trays of those. And we have those 2 beds to plant on both sides of the, where we're going to put wire by those posts, T-posts. But they are growing. Let me zoom in closer. They're starting slow, but like I said, we're challenging ourselves this year to grow everything from seeds. So it is very challenging growing from seeds. So gardening can be a challenge. So if you're not up for a challenge, then I don't know if gardening's going to be your thing, because it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of patience, and a lot of time, and a lot of replanting sometimes. So right there we have some yellow squash started. We have some Black Beauty dark green zucchini squash started. We have 3 of those. We had 6 of the yellow squash, 3 of the dark green, and 3 of the golden zucchini. 6 plants of each squash is more probably than enough for us. We have 3 of the butternut squash started, 3 cantaloupe, and 6 of the butter crunch lettuce. I've replanted that several times as well. And over here we have some more tiny little tomato plants. We planted the ones that when we thinned the tomato plants, we were able to keep them, and we did not bother the roots whenever we separated them. And I decided to go ahead and save them just in case some of the other ones don't make it. So we have plenty of tomato plants. These are the goji berries. We've planted them before. They're not doing the best. They come up really good, and then they just kind of act like they don't make it. So I don't really know what's going on with them. Back here, flip that up and see, I don't have anything popped up back there yet, but to the right we started some more bell peppers. I think we did 18 of those. We started some yarrow, and we started some mullein, and we started some stinging nettles. Now these have only been planted for about 3 days, so we'll give them about 10 to 12 days to see if they germinate. The bell peppers should be up before then, but bell peppers for some reason weren't coming up, so we started a whole bunch more. Let's go ahead and cover that back up. So this is where we've started bell peppers, and you can see there's a few of them in there, but we just replanted them again because they did not come up. So we need to get some bell peppers coming up, so we got plenty of them replanted, so hopefully they'll get caught up so we can get them planted outside. Restarted some more garlic. Had some going to plants in the house, hadn't used them. I already have a nice garden patch out back. I think I've showed that one before. So that's what's going on in the greenhouse. Down here we have our sweet potatoes. When they get a little bit bigger, I just pinch them off and then bring them inside. I set them in a windowsill until they get some good roots on them, and then go plant them. Right here we have 4 more. I already pinched some of those off, so I got a windowsill full of slips. In a couple of days I'll be able to plant them out in the garden. Let's talk about this garden cart. So I finally got me one. My husband just said go ahead and get it. If it makes life easier for you, then go for it. Let me tell you what, I suggest that everybody should have one of these, whether you got back problems, neck problems, problems with your legs, or anything. It has been worth its weight in gold. It stays in the greenhouse. It is made for staying out in the yard, but every day when I get done with her, I park her back in the greenhouse and she hangs out in the greenhouse. Has a nice little caddy right there where you can put your drinks or tools. It has a nice little spot underneath here for your garden tools and seeds. The only complaint that I have about it is, since it's made to stay out in the weather, the little caddy underneath, the little cart part underneath, does not have drain holes in it. I can't understand why they didn't put drain holes in it so that if it rained, it would drain. But other than that, I have no complaints. The seat does swivel. It's got some good garden tires on her. Seat's very comfortable, a tractor seat. And most of the time I just use it sideways and slide back and forth down the sides of my raised beds. Boy, let me tell you, it saves on your knees, saves on your hips, saves on my ankles from getting up and down constantly to, you know, just move around or go get tools. And just if you need to take a break, you can just sit there a minute and enjoy the garden. So I think that is all. I have one more clip to show you, and I'll show you that in just a second. So this is the hibiscus plant that I was worried about. That did not look like it was going to come back. But do you see what I see? She is coming back. So I'm so happy because that was the pink lady one that my husband had bought me for Easter last year. And even though she's a tropical plant, all the hibiscus made it back after all that snow that we had. And then we have our Spider plant, same thing. It wasn't doing the best, but it came back just nicely. So I'm excited. I finally moved these out of the greenhouse so they could get some more sunshine and get them watered a good bit. But there she goes. She's still growing. So let's go over here and look at the blueberry plants. Looking like we're going to have a good bit of blueberries this year. If I can get out of the sun, out of the shadow, so y'all can see these blueberries. They are looking really good. Filling out every single plant. Let's go over here by this one. As y'all can hopefully see, it's kind of having a fit with the sun and the shadow. Let's get this one. There we go. Blueberries everywhere. I think we're going to have a really good blueberry harvest this year. Hope y'all are being able to see those blueberries. Let's go over here to this one. Seen lots of blueberries over here too. I had to be still long enough so y'all can see. Lots and lots of nice clusters of blueberries. I think we're going to have a freezer full of blueberries this year. Make a bunch more blueberry juice. And you name it. I've done videos on different things that you can do with blueberries. So I'll have to see if I can find that video and link it at the end. But we'll have a bunch of blueberries this year. Plenty for us, plenty to share. So that is going to be all for today. And as I have said before, keep plowing forward. And keep moving forward. This is an old plow that my dad bought me before he passed for, I can't remember if it was for Christmas or birthdays. They're both kind of close. But he did get this plow for me, and we are in the process of, we just sanded it down. My husband sanded it down, then we're going to spray paint it and put some handles on it. But she's looking good. Great memory and great reminder to keep plowing forward, plow on, plow on. So thanks so much for joining me today. Thanks for leaving all your friendly comments, and hope everyone has a wonderful week. So farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead.